The game at Bishop Stortford last week, Darren, and you said that if we could win the matches we had against the bottom six, that would be the route to safety. Well, that's two of them out of the way, Bishop Stortford and Histon, and another good victory this afternoon.
Yeah, it's been a good week points wise. I think the point against Brackley was or will be a vital one for us. It lifted confidence with the squad that we had in there, and then today we talked beforehand about the importance of both penalty areas, and in the first 20 minutes we put them to the sword in their penalty area and got some good play down the side. And to go 3-0 up, he did make it nervy at 3-1, but I just felt that we may nick one if necessary towards the end of the game. But give them some credit in the second half, the way they came back into it and the way they continued to pass and press and play their game on what was an atrocious pitch for both teams, really. Overall, but very pleasing. The work ethic, I think, in the first half an hour is what sealed it for us.
It's very often when you've got off to a fly like that, a goal in 25 seconds down.
Yeah, it settles everybody, doesn't it? And then another one quite quick behind. So I asked from a big start from them and for Philip, etc., to go and play beyond Johnny whenever we had chance, and Ben to be decisive with the runs that he made, rather than wait. Just either if he's going to run across or he's going to run behind, he's got to make his mind up and do it early, and that's exactly what happened. And luckily the balls fell nicely into the box for us, and the crosses were good, and we put them away.
Histon presumably had the rounds of the kitchen from the manager at half time. They were out early and scored after 4 minutes. Did you get a little bit anxious when that one went in so early in the second half?
Well, they had to come in right at us, and I did mention that, and maybe ours were a little bit lacklustre to start with, but the way we had to come and put the game to bed was to get the fourth, and that would have really killed it. But obviously, he's had a few words with them, and they've got that goal. It did make it a bit nervy. I thought the fans got a bit nervy as well, which didn't help. And the pitch, etc., was it's been a tough week for the lads. The long journey at Bishops, and then Brackley was a monumental point and a tough evening. So this has been a really hard week for the boys, and to tread around on that pitch up against a very, very fit Histon, a young Histon team was a tough afternoon. So any 3 points today would have been great, and to win 3-1 is even better.
It isn't very often we can say, Darren, that we created 4 chances first half and scored 3 of them.
Yeah, if we've had a few more games like this season, we wouldn't be talking like we are about keeping away from relegation. But just pleasing, we've got to take one game at a time. We can't look back on what could have been and what should have been, etc. We've just got to look at the games the games we've got coming up, and now we've got to go to Vauxhall and regroup and see how everybody is and mentally get them right for that one. That'll be no easier than this one. That Vauxhall team is going well, and he has them working and playing really hard and really well, and it'll be a tough evening. So we can't rest on our laurels. We've got to go and beat them.
2 hard-working midfielders both had to come off early this afternoon. Was that with a view to Tuesday in mind, or were they both had taken knocks?
No, David, his dead leg from the previous game wasn't right from Bishops, and credit to him, his captain, and he wanted to give it a go, and I think I was going to take him off just before he ironically crossed the ball for the third, so good job I didn't do that. But yeah, he was always struggling, and we were maybe going to try and get 45 out of him. Joe Greenhalgh has got a stomach bug, so was starting to feel really quite poorly at half time, so that was the only reason that he came off. It was nothing tactical. He just said he couldn't give any more, so we had to reshuffle and put Niall into midfield, which he's capable of doing. He's got loads of ability, so yeah, they were forced upon us really, rather than tactical changes.
Just to finish with Dan, just a word about 2 young men who caught the eye this afternoon, Ben McKenna and Joel Dixon.
Yeah, we keep talking about Joel, don't we? He's got stronger and stronger and better each time. So he was fantastic again. A couple of times he came and didn't get, but for an 18-year-old who comes as often as he does, he's only got a bright future ahead. And Ben's done well. These are Ben's first few games for nearly 9 months. So to put a shift in like he did today is great, and he's a great lad. He's got a great character, and he's got ability, which is paramount to being a footballer at any level. You've got to have a certain amount of ability, and he's got it there, and he wants to work, and he wants to come and play for us. So yeah, very pleased with both of them. We know what Joel can do, but Ben's really showed in the last few games he's got a bit of grit as well as ability. And a little unbeaten run now, 3 games, and going into what is a tough one now. Vauxhall, a different side to what they used to be, aren't they, on Tuesday? Yeah, they're a lot better now, and the league table tells you that they pick good results up when they need to. They did last season, and again they've done it this season, and they've been away from the bottom 6 most of the season now, which is testament to them on a low budget. So yeah, as I stated previously, it's going to be a real tough evening, so we've got to get our minds ready for that one.
Darren, thanks so much. We'll see you on Vauxhall.